Hello everyone, and this is my review for Monday Night Raw on October the 12th, 2015. And man, was this a lackluster Raw. They did do a couple good things in there, and I'm not gonna lie there. They did do a couple good things in there, and you know, John Cena's match with Dolph Ziggler was good, but doesn't really serve a purpose storyline wise or anything. New Day, that was a lot of fun again. You just love their interactions. I wish they would have had more interaction with Cena in there, because you kind of get that vibe that they're doing some kind of storyline with Cena in the New Day at this point over the US title. So I'm kind of hoping you get a little bit more of that here down the road. But their interaction with Randy Orton and Dean Ambrose, I thoroughly enjoyed that. And their match with them as well was pretty good to go along with that. Also, like, just New Day did not have any other interactions outside of that. I mean, it had the lumberjack match at the end, but they didn't really have much interaction with their feuds, which, you know, they've kind of been going after Cena in a sense, but they also had the Dudley Boys. You didn't really get much of anything with those, and this is where you feel like it's being a little bit lackluster. It's like, you've got these storylines. Why aren't you interacting with them? Are you waiting for the week before? What are they doing here? You had no interaction with the New Day and the Dudleys. You also had no interaction with New Day and John Cena in this sense as well. Though the stuff that they did was fairly entertaining, didn't really serve a purpose to them outside of you know, showing the dissension between Randy Orton and Dean Ambrose at this time. And that's pretty much all they really did. And that was done decently as well. But in the end, they didn't really serve the purpose for their storylines, which is not necessarily a good thing. Hopefully they get them back into their storylines for next week, leading into the actual pay-per-view itself. The Divas... the whole Divas thing with the Team Bella, they're attempting to break up all the teams and everything like that. I actually do kind of like where they're going with that. You know, it does solidify them a little bit better as heels in that sense, a little bit more classical heels. Also, it gives them also, if they do break up Team Bad, it gives them the only team that is actually comprised of heel characters at this point. So that wasn't too bad. The matches were not all that great. Not all that great to begin with this week. And in a sense, not every match on Raw is going to be good. In that sense. But, you know, we'll see where they're going to go with it. They're obviously attempting to try to break up Team Bad with the whole "We Want Sasha" chant. So they're going to probably end up turning de facto Sasha face, and having Naomi and Tamina be heels still at that point in time. So we'll see where they go with it. You also have a continuation with Paige and Natalya in there. And we'll see where they continue on with all that. I mean, they have some storylines going, but it's not all that great at the moment. It could turn into something pretty good down the road there. They don't really have a full focus, though, on the title itself, though. Like, Nikki and Charlotte didn't really have too much of interaction this week. And anyway, outside the fact that, you know, Charlotte and Becky Lynch went up against Brie and Alicia Fox. So, again, really nothing much in the terms of storyline. But they have been creating this storyline with Paige and Natalya, and they've also been and now they're creating this potential dissension with Sasha and Team Bad. So, not bad there. And that's pretty much it. That was, you know, in the not bad section. I mean, everything else was just kind of cringeworthy. The whole aspect of, Triple H and Stephanie were running late throughout the entire night, so Kane's in charge, and immediately afterwards he's like, "Oh, I'm going to put you in a match, Seth Rollins in a match with me in a lumberjack match with Kane," and everything like that. It wasn't all that good. Like, the only good aspects that are coming out of this Kane and Seth Rollins feud is how much Kane is just hamming up this role of playing a upbeat, cheerful version of himself as Corporate Kane. And it's actually kind of funny to watch him go into this variation. It's something you've never really seen much from Kane in any way, shape, or form, maskless or mask on. But this whole aspect that they keep going between corporate Kane and Demon Kane and everything on that aspect, it's not good. And also the aspect that you have Demon Kane going up against Seth Rollins for the title at the pay-per-view. Why is he now going up against Seth Rollins in a lumberjack match on Raw before the pay-per-view? Usually the best way of ever really doing something like that, and especially if you're going to be attempting to actually do anything with that in some way, was, you know, you should be doing more tag matches. Although you kind of get annoyed with tag matches now because they kind of always do them to try to get some interaction between the singles matches. But that has always been one of the best ways of doing it. Having a one-on-one match, even if it being a lumberjack match in there, is not a good way of continuing on the storyline or continuing on momentum in some way for the for building momentum for Kane going into the pay-per-view, or building momentum for anybody in the terms of a storyline. It just did not come off good this week. Like I said, the best part of this so far has been when Kane's been in corporate Kane's side, how much he's kind of just playing this upbeat and cheerful side. And maybe it's just an aspect that's completely different for him in some way, shape, or form. That he has this upbeat tone and he's cheerful and everything like that. It's actually kind of fun to watch. But nothing else good's coming from this. And not only that, like the whole aspect between Kevin Owens and Ryback, you're not getting much done with them either. They're just kind of sitting on commentary watching each other's matches and then attacking them afterwards or stopping a beatdown afterwards or this or that. You're not getting much of anything from this. And you know they're going to be doing some kind of rematch at the pay-per-view, and yet you're not getting much from it. You know, maybe they're saving everything for the week before the pay-per-view. I don't know where they're going with it. But the last couple of Raws have not, especially the last couple of Raws. I'm usually one that's a little bit easily entertained more than other people, but you know, it's just not been good these last couple weeks, and even I have to say it's just not been good. Like I said, I'm usually a little bit more easily entertained than other people are, but even I have to say these last couple Raws have been overly bad. And I can't even say like the ones even really before, over the summer and everything like that, have been all that great. But you've had at least really good matches, and you had at least one good one with Cena and Ziggler, but that one wasn't all that great either, in my view. And that also served no storyline purpose. So I have to say this week's Raw was very, very lackluster. You had a couple good points in there, but not much of anything in the end. And yeah, hopefully next week's Raw will be a lot better. They have to pull something out. I mean, obviously you have Lesnar and Undertaker around, having to set up for the Hell in a Cell match, which you've pretty much only been getting video packages for that over the past couple weeks, so you haven't really been getting much with that either. So they have to set up something going into the pay-per-view for that, for the Hell in a Cell match, and they have to finish off some of these other storylines going into the actual pay-per-view itself. So hopefully they save their best for the last Raw and SmackDown, hopefully as well, going into the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. So that is my review for Monday Night Raw this week, and I thank you guys for watching.